future, talk radio will actually educate, inspire, and make you think. The future is now. Topics and music that affect your life from Universal Broadcasting Network. Tune in at ubnradio.com.
Welcome to PlusThis show. We're back. I'm Kathy Deach.
And I am Eva Tingley. And we're back live with you guys. We're so excited.
I mean, beyond. This is UBN, guys.
Isn't it quite fancy?
It's pretty. I mean, does blue look better on anyone else than you? I mean,
you have a blue background too. You look pretty good. You're like, You're branded. You're branded.
I'm branded. I did a Wonder Woman-esque updo. I was obsessed with their hair, so I wanted to pull that out today.
I love it so
Thank
much.
you. I mean, we're beyond excited. Jam to our new theme song.
Did you guys recognize anybody's singing voice on there at all, perchance?
Oops.
Anybody?
Is that a little gratuitous? Is that a little too much?
Oh, well, since I do all of the commercials, I guess I was going to give you the theme song. I was like, oh, I guess I can give it to her. Yeah.
It's so funny.
I'm totally joking. I'm just joking.
Guys, thank you for being patient because it took us a second to get all of we're a little media heavy for shows because we like to be seen and we like to show off the bigger girls. So we want to make sure we have pictures of everybody that we talk about.
Yeah.
So
and some video.
So
they had to get all that set up and so next week I think we'll be
we'll be banging it out.
Yeah, we'll just be like super hot.
Yeah, for sure.
It.
Oh, things are dinging.
I know. People are commenting.
I really thought that.
We have lots of people. My sister's watching. Your mom's
this
watching.
Is so exciting.
I think, thank God my husband is Greek because his entire Greek family is watching.
It's like a tribe.
Yeah. So
it's the entire island.
People are very excited about watching, and we are going to be reading your comments and questions. So
yeah, so keep them coming. When topics get hot, we want to hear what y'all have to say,
and they will get hot.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about We've been off the air for a really long time. I'm sorry. I thought I turned this down.
Yeah, you didn't.
I know I didn't. I have to turn my dinging down.
Her iPad is just like, bing, bong,
I know,
bing,
guys.
bing.
That might have to be until the break, and I'm so sorry. But we had a lot happen, even though we haven't been on the air since the beginning of the year, February.
Yeah.
So we've been doing a lot, one of which is we created a short film
We did do a short film. I don't know if you guys remember, but in season 1, we did an Indiegogo campaign, and you guys rocked it. And
unbelievable.
We made something with the money.
We did it.
And I think we have a picture of, there's a picture of Kathy Deach getting smoke blown into her face. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later with our guest.
Because what could that possibly be about?
What's that about? It's a secret, guys.
We'll reveal that towards the end of the show with our guest who we haven't told anybody who's here, which is exciting. But we've also did a bunch of other things. We did, we obviously saw Wonder Woman.
I had to rush to see Wonder Woman because Kathy was like, have you seen it yet? I think she called me during the movie, like, have you seen it yet? I'm like, oh my God. When I got out, I was like, seriously, I was in the middle of watching it. You know this.
I literally was like, if you have finished seeing it and haven't called me, you need to.
I know.
Like, I was so upset. I saw it twice by the time she had seen it at all, guys. So that's telling you a lot. I sobbed so much the first time that I'm glad I went back because I stopped crying a little bit. Not that much though. Second time I cried too.
I felt like the theater that we were in was dead silent. So I felt like I wanted to scream and be like, yeah! And then I felt like, I can't because there's a room full of geriatrics and I might give heart attacks. So I did not.
That's really respectful.
I was like, I shouldn't scream. I might murder somebody.
I saw it at the Dome opening weekend, and it was bananas.
So, I'm
Bananas
sure.
crazy. It was like every gay guy and every lady that I knew a bunch of people there. We were all kikiing in the lobby. You couldn't get food because everyone was like, "Raw," for
my
hot
gosh,
dogs
that's
before.
amazing.
But we had the best seats. I went with my friend Alyssa, and we literally, like, people were like, yes! They were like flipping out, clapping during the movie. I feel like it did something to me that I didn't even know that I needed it to do for me. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I mean, it was really, without giving anything away, I loved how powerful and strong all of the women were. All of them.
Yes. Yes. And that there is this great dichotomy that you can still be a fighter and yet a woman.
And still be feminine.
And it doesn't make you less of a woman because you're a warrior.
I love it.
And I feel like it's so tied into what we do.
Yeah.
With body positivity.
We got all like sensitive and soft.
We did.
Right
We
now.
got all quiet and touching the pearls.
But we have to talk about the Wonder Woman art that has been all over Instagram, which has been amazing.
Yes, we do.
And then last but not least, we're going to show your Wonder Woman.
I mean, I might have splurged on an outfit,
maybe,
guys.
but there have been some really amazing art that has been going on. And it's on the screen. You guys can see it now. It was so diverse and so beautiful, and
it keeps
plus
coming.
size girls. Like, I just loved it. Oh my gosh,
Keeps coming. That one.
It was so.
Yeah.
I mean, we were like, okay, wait, we can't post every day a picture of Wonder Woman.
But I was really trying to hold back.
Yeah.
Every like third day. I love that one. I love that watercolor.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's just so beautiful.
They're
And
all so gorgeous. And then now we need to see Kathy as Wonder Woman.
You do. Well,
because she had like that dress. First of all, the belt was amazing. And no,
That's
the other
not
one,
me.
that's not that one's Kathy.
Jarvis, I know we just met.
I know.
That's okay. It's okay. You didn't know that he's new and he doesn't know we make you part of the show. I'm sorry about that.
Last night I have to just chime in because Jarvis is our super awesome engineer, and last night he was like, "So is it you or the other one that sings?" I was like, "Oh, trust me, it's Kathy, but we will all do the singing." And he was like, "Oh, I am a really good singer too." I was like, "Oh, you're
yes, we're gonna bust out some harmonies right now."
He said he was
Wonder Woman. Let's
There
do
you go.
harmonies.
Come on.
We love it. We love it. We love it. Oh my God, that's great. Yeah, so this outfit is from Torrid, and I jumped on it when it was on sale, and we had gone back and forth before the movie even came out. I was like, "Do I do it? Do I do it?" And I literally screwed
And I was
up
like,
my
you
last
know that
coin
you are a online shopping addict,
That's true.
and you are going to get it. So just get it. Because if you don't get it, you're going to be mad at yourself.
And it was kind of perfect. And
it worked out so great.
I will let you borrow it whenever you want.
Yeah, the belt. I just want the belt.
She just
really.
wants the belt. It's really cute.
I just want the belt.
It's real cute. We also,
speaking of powerful, strong women.
yes,
we judged a pageant.
we remember back in the day, guys. I've been posting like our best of season 1, and we had Cher Rue on, who's one of our first.
And she was the
guests.
director of the plus size Miss California Plus.
Yes, and
Or no, Miss Plus United States. I don't
Miss
know,
Plus
something, yeah.
United States. Yes, Miss California. Guys,
No, yeah,
it's hard
we don't
to
know.
do.
There's so
It's
many
hard.
pageants, guys. There's so
many
many.
ways
It's
to
hard to-
say
it's
it,
hard
and
to
they're all
say.
different. So we're terrible with the brand right now. But if you go back onto our YouTube channel, you'll see that it is Cheru. We literally are like pitching to her, please let us be judges, please let us host. And we got to be judges, really because of our friend Paulie who put us together.
Yes.
Thank you, Paulie David, for that. And
Yes,
he
thank you,
was
Paulie.
an amazing host.
Oh my God, he was so good and so funny. Like
So funny.
Kathy and I were like dying laughing, and
Cackling in the
everyone's like
fifth
looking
row.
at us like, okay,
And we're
judges, take it easy.
And by the way, judges, we were supposed to be writing stuff down and judging
Oh,
the
they were
numbers.
mad at us.
They were mad at us because we were laughing at Polly instead of getting our numbers in on time. And I'll
mean-
tell you, there is nothing worse than some beautiful skinny woman trying to tell me what to do. Let me just say that right now.
I mean, Kathy was like, "You want me to do it? Stop telling me to do it." I was like, "Whoa!"
Because everyone's house, and she was like, "You have to get your scores in." And I went, want to know what's not going to get them in faster? You telling me every 3 minutes I need to be faster.
She went.
I turned into like.
I mean,
I feel
seriously.
and we'll probably never be asked to judge again because I was not nice about it. But
no, but it was great.
we
And
had this amazing experience with
Yeah.
those women. He called us the
we were
body
kind of-
positive.
Yeah, we
girls.
were kind of like nervous about it.
Yeah.
Because, straight size pageants have a negative connotation.
Yeah.
And so, but it wasn't. It was so wonderful. And all of the girls were so positive and great.
Kind. And the reasons why they did it surprised me.
Yeah, me too.
The reasons, like, it's not because of, oh, I'm trying to show the world how beautiful I am.
No.
It's like they all had some personal thing. They
needed empowerment.
They needed empowerment.
Yeah, it was so great.
Or they needed a cause, and they were like, this is going to give me visibility.
Totally.
So they cared about their causes and the charity they wanted to do so much.
Yeah.
That they were willing to put themselves up on the line and like.
I mean, and they had to walk around in bikinis or bathing suits, and it was like, they were strong, confident
They
women,
were.
and I
We have
felt
photos.
really proud of them.
We have
I think he's showed a few
Oh,
photos
did you already? Oh, I'm so
But in
sorry.
the meantime, I
Oh,
just want to
so
acknowledge
fun.
the winners. Heather Dennison won Mrs. California United
she
States.
did.
Elizabeth J. Cron won Miss California United
Musical
States.
theater girl. Holla.
Athena Fleming won Miss Woman California, and she's the first African American winner of Miss Woman.
and she
California.
was extraordinary.
She was a vet. She is a vet.
is a vet. And unbelievable.
Yes.
Like, and follow her wherever she is, on Instagram, on Twitter. Everything she says, everything comes out of her mouth. I was like,
She's just so
mesmerized.
wonderful. And Rhiannon Jones won Miss Teen.
And of course, Tana Smith, the director, who was extraordinary and
She is a powerhouse. Like, just killing it.
totally and completely. So speaking of powerhouses, our screening of Embrace by, please say her name,
Taryn.
Brumfitt. I know
Taryn
her last-
Brumfitt.
Taryn Brumfitt.
Yeah.
I was like, Tannis.
Taryn,
I was
no.
going to say Tannis again. Taryn Brumfitt. We hosted a screening of Embrace.
Yes.
Which was tremendous.
And we had a talk back
And we
afterwards.
had a talk back. And watching the movie with that group of women, by the way, packed house, like packed lobby. We were like,
There were children there, too.
kids came. It was incredible.
It was really, really beautiful.
And
men were there, women were there, women of different ages, of different ethnicities. Like, it was completely diverse. Thin women, heavy women, like everywhere in between. It was pretty great.
and pretty special.
Yeah.
And pretty special. And I think we had a really great conversation that was really frank and open. And that movie is still doing stuff. By the way, just because it's released, you can watch it online. If
I'm
you
sorry,
want.
it won #1 in Germany. Like, it was like the #1 film in Germany.
That fierce, because of the fierce woman who was
The actress.
The actress, yes, who's brilliant and she's amazing in it. But wasn't the woman who was the editor of the magazine, was she German as well? Remember?
No, it was Australia.
She was an Australian.
Yeah,
Vogue?
a lot of them were Australia.
Yeah, because she's Australian.
Australian.
Yeah, but really fantastic, guys. If you haven't seen it, watch it. You can still host screenings. I think they're still
Yeah, it's on
hosting
Gather,
screenings. Yeah.
Gather.com, I think it is. And you
Yeah.
guys can host a screening. If it's not available, if somebody else in your area is not hosting a screening, host one and get all your friends to come, get your whole town to come.
And then talk about it, because that really made the
every
difference.
every person really needs to see this, because everybody has body issues.
Yeah.
Men included. And it was just really eye-opening and a really lovely story
Yeah.
that I had to personally try not to be like sobbing, because that was the first time that we saw it.
Yeah.
To like go up in front of the talkback and be
Yeah,
like
and
a
then we
normal
actually have some
human being.
footage that we're going to
We do
leave
have-
you with.
Yes,
so
and then you're gonna watch that, and we're gonna come back after.
after the break, roll it.
Just
Jennifer.
started PlusThis back in July. So this is a really new endeavor for me into the body positive movement. And, I've been in programs and stuff that have gotten my obsession over food down, but not the body thing. The body thing's different. And there is such comfort in hearing that, literally almost every woman feels that way. Like 91%, is that what it said? 91% of women feel that way. And there is comfort in that. And also realizing, like, if we're 91%, why don't we just choose to not be that way? You know what I mean? Like, we can really band together. And it's not just like 1% of a minutia of us who feel like shit. excuse my French, kids. Oh gosh, I promised I wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? Like if it's a bunch of us collectively feeling terrible, what that one model said at that shoot of like, I just say I'm going to take the negative energy and make it positive, and if negative is something that is contagious, positive can be too, and I'm creating positive space. And if you're in my space, you don't talk negative. I mean, yeah, that's a good start. Yeah. Pass the mic.
Totally agree with you, but for me, what was so important, because it was so important for me for so long to stay invisible, and in LA especially to be a bigger girl and be single was not okay. And I literally had a man once ask me and be like, "Hey dude, can you grab me my beer?" And I realized that he thought because my arm was bigger that I was a man. So I was so invisible that now being so visible online, and how we just did a series with Soul Pancake about body. And thank you. If you've seen it, yay. So she talks about how people commented on her body, and that was the first time on Soul Pancake that somebody that I didn't know called me a fat pig. And I at first was so stunned that someone would be so cruel to somebody that they didn't know. Actually, he didn't call me a fat pig. He called me a piece of bacon. And I at first was so disappointed at that. But then I realized that I could choose to see it in a different way. And that's, I think, what they were talking about in the film. And I chose to say to myself, well, bacon, everybody loves bacon. So there's, I don't know, I'm like the most delicious morsel in this video. And so I think that that's what I connected with so much, was that we have the choice to view ourselves in a certain way. And if somebody else doesn't like it, like they think that you're a piece of bacon, you can choose to be delicious. That was what was most impactful for me.
Promotional consideration provided by Scrubs Body, a woman-owned business with scrubs so natural they're good for your public parts and your private parts. Scrubsbody.com.
Hi, we're back.
Yes, we're back, guys. So during our little break, we were looking at all your Facebook posts, and people are liking my bacon comment. But my sister during the break posted a picture of them watching us live in the living room. So, woohoo, family support.
Yes, and my sister, of course, is making comments about always being the other sister.
Yeah,
which it's tough. It's tough. But sometimes I'm the other sister because people are like, "Oh, do you have the kids?" And I'm like, "No."
Yeah, no, that's what we do in sign language.
Voice.
I'm like, I'm the third. Like, I have no kids. Like, no.
Perfect.
I'm the baby. No. That's not me. That's not me. She
me.
has 3. She has 2. I got none. I got nothing.
Nothing. One of the things we wanted to talk to you guys about is that there was a new study that USC did, and I think it was in the Netherlands, however, studying the behavior and friendships, social behavior of very young kids who are overweight or not versus not. And there's like really some stunning information that has come out.
It's really, really heartbreaking, actually. We caught onto the study from Bustle.
Yes.
And they wrote an article about it. Talking about the study in, what is it called, in the Science Daily?
Mm-hmm. Yes, Science Daily.
Talking about how bigger kids don't have friends, or that thinner children don't want to befriend the bigger kids.
Yes, there is a divide. There is a separation.
So that body issue and that body shaming starts at a really young age.
This was, I want to say, 5, like preteens, like
no, Was it preteens or was it 5-year-olds?
There was a survey of 504 preteens, but then there was a separate part that did even younger kids.
Yeah.
That was like really young kids. Yeah.
And that was just heartbreaking to me because it's like, why? Well, I just wonder what it is that we're showing as a society or as the world. What are we showing children to make them feel that way?
Yeah. Well, we're showing them a lot, obviously. And if you have a parent or even a teacher who is talking about how, your body is needs improvement, or you need to exercise more, or you need to be careful what you eat. If you have people policing you at a very young age and you think that's the thing that makes you a good person, that makes you like morally correct, that is something that adults believe. Actually, we had a couple of quotes from our Twitter account because I just kind of like put it out there. Like, we don't talk about this. We don't talk about how young this kind of bias started with us. And I had mentioned that I remember being 5 years old doing a dance concert with three of my really, really thin cousins. I was 5. And I was in a, pink tutu that, of course, now I would totally rock. But at the time, I
think you can get it on Society Plus.
I'm sure Society Plus has it for me. But my dad had got me this beautiful bouquet of roses, and I remember in pictures hiding behind them because I didn't want to be seen. At 5, I had that cognitive memory. And there's a photo of it, and what's really sad is that I'm not fat. I'm just a little kid. But I had been called fat so much that it was in there.
Yeah.
So then other people answered from Twitter, Scrubs Body, who, by the way, is one of our sponsors, and we love you guys. It's so amazing.
I
their
used
support.
the very last of the scrubs that I have on my body.
I have
today. I'm very silky smooth right now.
I have their oils lotion.
Oh, you love
that
their
I love,
oils,
and I use it every day.
Yeah, you're
Luscious.
slathering yourself.
But they also participated in this, which I
Yeah.
love. And they said, I was 12. My mom took me to Weight Watchers, and my brother made fun of the fact that I had to eat things from column A and column B. And this was in 1974.
Oof.
And then someone at One Golfer and Cart, 13, just moved, new kid in every way, bullied and harassed daily in school, administration, big part of the problem. And that is part of the problem, is that there are teachers and principals and disciplinarians at schools that think of it as an issue and think of it as
they agree that it is. Yeah, that it's that it's okay to make fun of kids in that way.
They don't take on the bullying. They don't say, we love you the way you are. There is condition.
Well, and the thing is that we're so conditioned to seeing thin people and only thin people on television that's where we think that means that's how I'm supposed to look. And if I don't look that way, then I'm not good enough.
Yes.
And kids, they don't have to be told that. They're very perceptive.
Oh, they pick up on it big time.
The first time that somebody kind of made me feel really self-conscious was I was going to the prom with my boyfriend who was a senior. And he told me, you should do what it takes to look really thin at the prom because I am not going with somebody who's fat. And I remember in those prom pictures, we're in their backyard, and I'm I'm the biggest girl here. And when I look at those pictures now, it just makes me so sad because I was really fit. And I was a soccer player, a swimmer, and I was really fit. And in those pictures, I remember the feeling, and you can see it in my eyes, that I'm uncomfortable. But the other girls were just the same size as me. I don't even know how I could have stood there right in that moment and compared myself to them.
Right.
But I was. And it's kind of and he just kind of said that in passing.
Yeah. Yeah. Thinking he was hilarious.
Thinking that he was being helpful.
Yeah. Ugh, even worse. So let's talk about being adults now and having to deal with this issue.
I'm waiting for you to clap. I'm waiting for you to clap it back.
I'm definitely going to be clapping about a lot in the next section. And we should be, you know what, Eva, I'm sorry that I can't do the Facebook. It's not coming up on my iPad, which is a bummer.
Oh, no.
I know all of the comments. But
Sana saying that he was an a-hole and he...
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it for a second.
I mean, that's why I'm not with him. I mean, yeah.
But one amazing thing, and by the way, I believe that one of our great viewers brought this to our attention, the This American Life
This American Life podcast.
About, wait, what was the title of it again? It's like the one thing I didn't put down on here.
It's right there. I can't see him too far. Call me fat? Tell me I'm fat?
Tell me I'm fat. Tell me I'm fat.
Ooh, man.
Yeah.
And it was a trigger.
It was
for me.
It was.
Woo!
And Lindy West, who is an amazing, amazing author
yeah.
and body activist, really like body. I would say she would even say she was a fat activist now.
Yes.
She has a book, Shrill Notes from a Loud Woman, which you should totally, totally get. She talked about the need to come out as fat. And it was fascinating because she said it's almost like if you're working on not being fat at all times, somehow that's acceptable. Like, this isn't really how I'm going to stay.
Right. Like,
So-
if you're constantly, like, if you're a fat person who's trying not to be a fat person, then you're an okay fat person. But if you're a fat person who's just like, hey, I'm just fat, then it's not good enough.
Right. Then that's like why in God's name would you ever be okay with yourself if that's the case? So she felt like she had to come out as a fat person and say, I'm fat.
Well, she actually said that that was hard for her to identify it as that.
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, talking about coming out. Like, even like you and I had a really good conversation about this. Like, I was like, I might have to come out to my family that I'm fat. And like, even now, it like makes me emotional thinking about saying that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, saying to my family, like, hey guys, this is me.
Yeah. And that I'm not going to go through the psychological brutality of wishing I was different, trying to be different, seeing how I can become different. And
Yeah.
even I really are different in this area because my whole family's kind of fat. So like we all kind of like, me and my sister are like, let's go to the plus size stores and get clothes, and my mom waddles right along with us. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, see, my
like
sisters are not. My sisters are both thin girls. I mean, my one sister has lost 120 pounds and kept it off, and like, kudos to her. But not talking shit, but like, she has her own set of body issues.
Yeah, yeah. And I wonder how much, if we did like a survey of how much of her day is spent thinking about what she looks like.
Or thinking about what she's going to eat or what she's not going to eat,
Right.
or all of those.
What's the
things.
quality
Or how
of
much,
life?
How much do I need to work out and so that I can eat this thing?
Yes.
Like, and I just don't. That's just not how I want to spend my life. Like, yes, I'm not thin, and when I see pictures of myself, it's a struggle for me sometimes to be like, oh, I was thin at some point, but I am like, I have to just acknowledge that I am, as a human being, still a wonderful person, and being fat doesn't make me less worthy of enjoying my life.
Or of acknowledging that you're beautiful and that beauty is everywhere. It's outside and it's inside.
Right.
And you went ahead. I mean, she shocked the hell out of me, folks, when I showed up and we take these Instagram photos of ourselves.
I mean, Kathy's like, I'm coming over, and you better be ready because I'm taking pictures of you.
We're taking
I don't know.
pictures.
All of a sudden,
Yeah,
you're a smoker. I'm taking pictures
All
of
sudden
you.
I have like a stogie, and I'm like, kid, you better have at least 3 outfits.
Yeah.
And I need shoes with the outfit, and they need to be accessorized. Like,
I mean, it's pretty much that's what happens. Okay, wait, but Jarvis, don't show that last one yet, because that is going to be a reveal. But yes, this picture is one of the pictures that that we took.
Yes.
And Kathy came over, and I was like,
She showed up at the door.
yep.
This is what I'm going to wear for the photo.
And I was like, and it's very challenging for me. But here's the thing, guys. Like, Kathy and I have this show, and we're constantly telling you, love yourself, love your body. And here I am behind the scenes not doing that. And it just feels so incongruent to me. And I don't want to be that. I don't want to be incongruent. I don't want to tell you to do something, and then here I am hating pictures of myself. And so this was like such a huge trigger for me. So this picture that you guys will see in a second is like a little bit more revealing. And there's a third one that we're going to reveal, not quite yet. We'll tell you, Jarvis, when you can put it up.
Jarvis will slam it. But I will say, at first, we tried like some cute smileys, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, girl, you are not in that space.
No.
Like, we can't, like, you'll look crazy in the photos and we won't be able to use any of them because you were like trying to like smile through it. And I was like, that's not where you're at. Be vulnerable. Be where you're at, which is why that one that everyone commented about, like losing their minds over, where you look like someone caught you in the middle of something. Like, it's kind of perfect because it really showed how you felt. Like, you felt like you were caught.
I mean, my friend said to me, my friend Alicia was like, I love that picture of you because it just seems so vulnerable. And I told her, I was like, I really was vulnerable. Like, it was really, really hard for me.
Yeah.
And even, like, I'm not going to lie, like, this last picture that we're going to show you is really hard for me. Like, it's really hard for me
they're
to
not
like
retouched. And Eva retouches photos, if you don't know.
I do retouch photos.
And she did not.
I did not retouch any of these photos. I kind of wish that I did. And I'm not going to lie, I tried. And I was like, this looks really bad. So just...
She didn't tell me that.
So these are unretouched and really hard for me. So
let's show that last one. Is that okay?
Yeah. Jarvis, here it is, guys. Not suitable for kids.
Yeah, not safe for work. Sorry, we should have
not
told
suitable
you.
for work.
And I think it's so beautiful and strong and amazing.
Hi, Chibaba. There it is, guys.
You okay? You okay?
Yeah.
You
I'm just
hanging
gonna
in?
breathe through it.
Good.
Love my body. Love my belly.
Good. It's really,
Yeah.
I think it's gorgeous. And I felt that way. Jarvis does too.
Jarvis thinks that it's gorgeous, and so thank you. But that's the thing. Like, I'm not doing it so that you guys tell me that I'm gorgeous. That's not what my issue is. Like, I know that, like, my face, I'm like, okay, I'm good here. It's this, my belly, that I have such a hard time with. And, you know, you hear people who are like, oh, well, you have belly fat, so that's the most unhealthy part to be, and so then, like, just, it's just hard. And so I'm just trying to push through that. And then here comes my embryonic blossom.
I mean,
just comes crashing down. Boom.
Okay, so I love her, and I'm sure you do too. She's on Big Bang Theory. She is probably one of the smartest actresses out there. She has like a degree from an Ivy League college.
No, she has a degree from UCLA in neuroscience, I believe.
Oh, UCLA. I'm so sorry. I thought it was.
It's still a really great school,
Yeah.
and neuroscience is a really great
She's like major
degree. She's
and
real
she
smart.
like has been taking to Facebook Live to like have or videos that she's posting about issues that she's concerned about. And I'm going to quote it all the way through because this is why I did not hear the rest with a very good ear. She starts off by saying, here's what's going on in my life lately. I can't look at my newsfeed with looking at another story about a plus-size model taking her clothes off in the name of empowerment. And it's making me a little bit nuts. That's how she started. And then she very eloquently goes on to talk about how, you know, why are we tying up our women's empowerment and sexuality? Except for she's talking specifically to the plus-size community.
Right.
And then she goes on to say, I think the trap that we're falling into is that we start to equate empowerment not with strength or intelligence or confidence, but with sexiness. And then she gave the whole theory of, but the kids. But what about the children? So here's the gig. We started the show with kids, this segment, and I think that's important because we know where kids suffer. We have been kids who suffered or know kids who suffer. Mm-hmm. So, Miss Thing, we would like to tell you that if you are dealing with us like people are saying to black people in my eyes, why are you causing violence in your communities that makes police do that to you? Okay? It's a little bit similar of a thing where we're finally standing up and saying, you're going to see us. You will not allow us to be sexual people because
it makes you uncomfortable.
It makes you uncomfortable, and 2%. We're only 2% represent. Less than 2%.
And the 2% is what is bothering you. The 2%
exactly.
of freaking Instagram is bothering you.
Yeah, because you didn't come out You didn't come out and say, I don't
Women in
like
general.
when models are showing. We've been seeing naked models. They put the Victoria's Secret model thing at Christmas time with angels. At Christmas time. You're going to tell me your kids weren't looking at the Victoria's Secret thing?
No, but
Maybe hers wasn't.
even 10 years ago, 15 years ago, Paris Hilton, like half naked, washing a car in a Carl's Jr. ad. You're okay with that, but now that it's plus size girls,
all of a sudden you have a thing. Is it? And in her defense, I'm thinking that maybe she's like, I want big girls to be better than that. The thin girls, they're a lost cause. They're stupid fucks.
Like that's all they want. That's all they want is to be sexy.
They're going to use that, and you know what? They're a lost cause. But the chubby girls, you should know better.
I mean, and here's the thing. Like, I get what she's saying. Like, as women, we are taught since we were little that you say to a little girl, like, oh, look how pretty you are.
For sure.
And look how, like, we tell them, like, look how beautiful your dress is and look how beautiful and shiny your hair is. And that's what we do to little girls. And to little boys, we tell them, look how smart you are and look how strong you are. And we don't tell little girls that. So I get that.
Yes.
But you also don't get to tell plus size girls, okay, your 2% is enough.
Yeah.
And that's it. I'm tired of seeing it.
You're over sexualized, and I'm done. Yeah. And
like that was where the line was crossed.
Yeah.
Oh, fatties are naked now.
Yeah.
So let's cut that out.
Yeah. And that was the thing that made her all of a sudden be awakened to the problem of over sexualized women for children. I mean, are you kidding me?
I love how
I mean, she makes it makes me crazy because I know she said she's really conservative. You have conservative friends that approached you about it.
Yep.
And I get that you're conservative. I get that. I didn't do a bikini challenge for myself. You did. I didn't say I needed to take naked photos. I was naked in my 20s on the Hair International Tour.
Because if you guys don't know, Kathy was on Broadway.
In my musical theater days. So the point is that I am more conservative now than I was then, but expression is expression. And if you're fighting to be seen, and part of that is tied up in not just only being seen, but also we have sex. Fat women have babies all the time. People are having sex with us. We need to show that we're like part of this society, and being sexual is part of that.
Absolutely.
So tough titty, you're fucking uncomfortable. Go fuck yourself, and don't let your fucking kid watch this fucking show either. Anyway, let's go on.
She's not angry about
I'm
it
not
at all,
mad
guys.
About it. So
moving on is Roxanne Gay was on The Daily Show.
She also was on that This American Life.
Yeah, she was also on that
podcast.
podcast, which was also her segment. It's really, really brief. Her segment's maybe 6 minutes long, but it was really impactful. It was really impactful. So you should listen to that podcast anyway. And I've been like sending it to everybody I know to listen to it.
And she's also a writer. She's written the new Black Panther comic that has a movie coming out. She's has a new book out that she's done called Hunger.
Yeah.
It's a memoir. And when she was asked, she was like, why did The Daily Show, Trevor Noah asked her, why did you want to write this book? And she said, because I didn't want to write this book.
Right.
So, and then he said this. So she reveals that she was gang raped at 12.
That was just like, it was kind of a punch to my stomach.
Totally and
when
completely.
she said that.
Because, by the way, I'm going to cry now. That is why a lot of people put on weight. A lot of women and boys, I will say, put on weight because at some point they were not safe as children. And what she said, the boys went and bragged about it, and she was called a slut, and she was like, I want to be bigger, I want to be stronger, and boys won't have sex with a fat girl.
They won't be able to hurt me in that way.
Yes. So she very consciously put on weight. From 12 years
I mean,
old.
in the podcast, she talks about girls like me and Kathy, and she says that we're Lane Bryant fat. And she's beyond that. Like, she lives in a world that she can't go someplace unless she has researched thoroughly.
Yes. And it is small. Her world, self-admittedly by her, is small. But Trevor Noah started his conversation, and this is why I wrote, because even I had a big conversation about this, about why Trevor Noah's comments in like asking her something really did something to me, and it didn't do it. She thought he was being great, and I kind of thought he needed some education.
I thought he was doing a good job of trying to hear her.
Yes.
I did think that the comment that he made about.
Yes. So I'm going to quote it.
Okay.
I wrote it all down. I really
you quote it, girl.
I did due diligence. Trevor asked her, now I don't deny, as a comedian, as a person, I have made a ton of fat jokes in my life. By the way, that's what made me almost stop watching The Daily Show, because when I researched him, that was the first thing that came up, his fat jokes. And it is not cool. And it wasn't that long ago. And there was a time when fat was seen as a novelty, as a choice. America has now gotten to a place where people are realizing that it's an epidemic and that there are effects. What are some of the effects you've dealt with living in your body? And I was kind of like, are we still on the epidemic, or are we on the other side of it, which is science is saying actually all that thing that says this is where your body should be is not true. People actually in a higher weight category don't have problems with heart, with kidney, like all of this stuff. And that is the science and the statistics that are coming out. He's behind because he stopped at the epidemic part instead of catching up with what the actual science is. And that was a real problem for me. And she has to push forward because she's there to promote a book.
Right.
You know? She
literally like kind of went,
Yeah.
But also,
Yeah.
like, she struggles. Like, she wants to be a thin person still.
Yeah.
And that's
Well,
a struggle.
Yeah. And she wishes that it was different. And she pretty much said, I wish I had talked to my parents.
Yeah,
instead of
that's why it's important, kids.
Yes.
If anything bad happens
Yes.
to you, talk to your
If you're
parents.
still with
That's where
us,
they're
kids.
that's
Yes.
why your parents are there. Is they're there to help guide you through life.
For sure. Do we have comments that we can answer before we take another break?
I don't have any current comments, so
Okay.
no. But we do need to take a break.
We do need to take a break, but
Yes.
we're going to come back with our guest. Surprise!
Surprise, guys!
In just a minute or two on PlusThis. Stay tuned.
Promotional consideration brought to you by Cherry Velvet, a cheeky, retro-inspired dress line from sizes extra small to 4X. We do a lot more than just talk about how beauty comes in a variety of shapes and sizes. CherryVelvetPlus.com. Promotional consideration provided by Scrubs Body, a woman-owned business with scrubs so natural they're good for your public parts and your private parts. ScrubsBody.com.
Scrubs with the Z. All of these products are all natural.
All
There's
natural.
no chemicals.
That feels gorgeous.
Trade. Ooh, that smells nice. No, wait. Seriously, can you just feel my arm right now? Oh, yeah.
Promotional consideration brought to you by Yona, New York, a designer line of sophisticated luxury fashion apparel with inclusive sizing for the majority of American women sizes 8 to 24. High-end fashion for everyone because luxury has no size. YonaNewYork.com.
We're back. And you guys can see that our guest is here with us, Mr. Rodney Toe.
I'm on camera.
Yes, I know you're so not used to that.
I look like a child. I think like this is like some sort of like kidnapping.
It's not a kidnapping.
It's not a
Help me.
kidnapping. Oh, what are you saying? You don't want to be with fat girls?
No. You don't want to be little Asian boys?
We're sitting on you. We're holding
We
you
have to,
captive.
I'm sorry. We have to just roll back just a sec. If you notice, guys, we have on really cute dresses from
they look
another one of our
fantastic.
lovely
Sponsors.
sponsors, Yona, New York, and we highly recommend that you check them out. Their
Hey,
their fall stuff that they've been previewing looks incredible.
Looks so incredible. I'm like, I need everything.
Yes.
But these dresses that we have on are 100% silk, and they are gorgeous.
and it's hot. and they're amazing.
And they're flowy and
they
beautiful.
flow away from yourself. They're like that. They flow away.
You
That
guys look
stuff flows
particularly
away.
beautiful. Iona, if you make
Aw.
make clothes for Asian men, I would like some samples.
Do you want some silk? You want some silk skirts?
You want
Yes,
some? Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
probably
we had
made by some
we
Asian
had
people.
Rodney back because we wanted to talk about our amazing shoot with him. He directed our short. What I really want to say, part
Yeah,
one.
and we have some pictures of
Yes,
us on
our
the
fun
set.
day. Yes.
But I want Rodney to. Oh, Jarvis? Can you go back to that smoking
Blown in my
picture
face.
from the
There it
segment
is.
one?
That was
And we
special.
want to talk about what
That was
in the
special.
world was happening because Kathy's face in that is hilarious.
And it was something I demanded. Rodney tried to take that away from me, and I said, "We're gonna make
That's
it
our
work."
relationship.
That is.
No, Rodney. No, so Kathy
Take.
would say, "I have to do it,"
Take.
and then so Kathy would say, "I have to do it." Rodney would be like, Eva, Kathy wants to do this thing," and I'm like, "Okay, okay."
Yeah.
So we're gonna
she
we're
was
gonna talk
like
about.
the spy.
It's a group effort to
I was
prevent
like,
Kathy
yeah,
from
we had to
doing what
like
she
you
wants to
know,
do.
But
manage.
that is somebody blowing smoke in my face.
Yes, I remember that
from a
very-
giant vapor
Vape
pen.
Vape pen.
No, but it was
Enormous.
like a big one.
It
like
was
the small ones.
humongous.
We learned it's
looked
actually not
illegal.
smoke. It's a plume.
It's a plume.
It's a plume.
It's a
Yes.
plume from
It's
vape.
a-
It's a vape plume.
So Ronnie,
It's a
literally,
plume.
we have just a couple minutes left. Talk to the audience about what it was like working with us.
First of all,
Yeah, tell 'em all
bravo.
about us.
For those of you who've never created your own work before, it is a huge beast, and these ladies accomplished what I think is quite a phenomenal feat. I think it's what they did from start to finish. From the script was great. That was wonderful. That was already done. But the way you guys handled it, the way you guys created it was a production. I mean, it rivaled many network productions that I've ever worked on, and I think that was so satisfying. Is that oftentimes with these productions that we create for ourselves, these created things that we do for projects that we take on, you kind of just fly by the seat of our pants, and it feels that way. Well, this one didn't.
I have to say that really is because of Eva's amazing work as a producer.
Oh, yeah.
And that day would not have run like that had she not done such due diligence.
Mm-hmm.
I have never been in every shot of anything ever. And I have never worked that hard on a TV set ever. And I was completely taken care of because she was a genius.
But also,
and frankly,
did
you were pretty
Thank you. But the
phenomenal,
fact that
too.
you guys all demanded that for yourselves, and you demanded for your crew, and demanded
Yeah,
for
we
everybody
had a
who worked
really
on it,
great
that was
crew.
really
We had
it
a
was
really great
great.
crew who
We
were
did.
just like so happy to
We
be
did.
there and so helpful and so many generous hearts who came and worked for free and
I mean, we
you
shot
know,
6 pages in less than
A day.
In less than a day. That
less than
was-
12 hours.
We were early.
It was
2
less
hours
than 12
early.
hours, yeah.
And then with changes and makeup, and it was. I mean, it was
Major makeup.
So major makeup.
I mean,
Major
top
makeup.
secret.
We
can't
tell
You'll
you
see
about
later.
Yeah, you should see what they do to me.
Yeah, Rodney really has a transformation.
That being said, it was again from start to finish, I was really impressed with the quality, the overall quality of both the script, the creative stuff, and also the production stuff. It was just such a great
You're
experience,
so
and I am proud to put my name behind it, and I'm proud of the product. And I think you guys will all it'll. Oftentimes, that is the only way this kind of stuff sort of latches on to people. Is that it's
You're so
really,
kind.
and you'll see.
You're so kind. Well, we wanted to talk more about diversity and how, because Rodney, if you don't know, is a very
That
he's
word again.
Very, I know exactly, but he is brought in on panels and things, and so hopefully we'll have you back when we finally premiere.
It's important to me.
And
it's important to everybody.
The short, and it will be on social media first because it has to be.
No, we're gonna secretly release it
They're fighting.
on YouTube, and then we're gonna have it here.
Yeah, but we are going to be on YouTube
They're
here.
fighting.
So we don't have to. We could do it here because we'll be on YouTube.
No, they're not.
Live.
don't
Because we're
know.
on
They love it.
YouTube
I don't know.
live right now, guys.
I'm like, don't put me under the gun.
But we just are so
Kathy.
happy that you're we're here to celebrate. We're back.
Yes.
And you're such an integral
You
part
guys,
of that.
You guys are on freaking you're back.
And I'm sorry we didn't get some more comments from people.
I know, we got to figure this out. I mean, there's lots of comments, but it's hard to see.
Yes.
And we're
Totally.
just so excited to be back.
Absolutely.
What?
What is happening?
This guy, get out of here. Guys, it's Peter Nikos and James Leo Ryan. What are you guys doing here?
Look,
Congratulations on coming on this shot. Hey, everybody.
Hold
Congratulations.
Look.
Wait,
My love.
don't
Friends.
get that on my
Congratulations.
computer.
Wait, we can't get
Thank
the.
you.
We
Rodney,
can't.
I'm going to kiss
Oh, yeah.
you too.
We can't get the
We can't get the
No,
logo.
we have
We
to
can't
cover
get
it.
Wait, but pop it. Don't on my
Don't
computer.
put the logo on camera.
Yeah.
Oh my God! How about
Rodney.
doing it on
Oops.
camera?
Plus this, y'all.
Wait, get it on camera. You're not on camera
am
with
I?
Rodney. there. There you are.
Ready? Here we go.
Yay, go already.
Oh shoot!
Opa!
Yes.
We're back.
Guys, thank
Bravo.
you so
Oh my
much.
God,
Bravo,
you guys
ladies.
are
That
so
is
Bravo,
sweet.
ladies.
Thank you.
This is
We're
quite.
Whoa!
we're so
I've already
excited.
been drinking.
We're so excited to be back.
Oh my gosh.
We have to
We're
wrap
gonna have
this
a
up.
toast.
We're gonna have a toast really
Get one for
fast.
Jarvis.
Jarvis
Oh my
definitely is
gosh,
getting
Jarvis,
pour
are
one
you
out
getting-
for him.
Let's
Do you
get Jarvis
want one, Jarvis?
wasted.
Jarvis is like, I don't drink. And
To
just we're like,
season
oh.
2, to UBN, to
Yes.
Bravo,
all the
ladies.
people who helped us out with the theme
Yes.
song, Dan Weiner, Matt Zarley, Greg Scaff, who all did that. I just
Just like
so
my
much.
emotional support here, Peter Nico.
Totally
The
amazing.
love of my life, y'all.
So
my
season
goddess,
2,
my
y'all.
muse, my everything.
Season 2 is happening.
Season 2.
Season
Season
2.
two.
We'll see you next week, same time,
Yes.
same place at Plus This. Bye, y'all.
Mazel.